Hello, my Teaserking family. Professor here. Let me quickly give you baseball for tonight, and then we'll talk a little bit of what the hell's going on. Uh, First game, Miami under lock. Next game, Houston, Boston over 9, Tampa Bay, the Dodgers, the Redskins, White Sox lock, Kansas City, Toronto lock, Minnesota over 9 lock, St. Louis, California over 9.5, San Diego over 7, Arizona and the 49ers over 7.5. The locks again are Miami under, the White Sox, Toronto, and Minnesota over 9. I think the Miami under is 8. Anyway, so those are today's picks. One more time. Miami under, lock, Houston, the Red Sox over 9, Tampa Bay, the Dodgers, the Redskins, the White Sox are a lock, Kansas City, Toronto is a lock, the Vikings over 9 is a lock, St. Louis, California over 9.5, San Diego over 7, Arizona, and the 49ers over 7.5. Just doing a special show tonight. Normally, I will do tomorrow and Sunday, but I just had dinner, so I'm like, let's do our baseball for tonight. I was watching Nick was bringing up a very good point, and this is why I like the emails about the backs against the wall, bet the loser's back in the playoffs. He's been winning a lot of money on the hockey. And it really, the key to it is you've got to play a good team. So when we played Golden State after a loss, when we hear he's got Tampa Bay after a loss against the Rangers, and now after Colorado, you can only work with a good team. If you play the Lions after a loss and the back against the wall, you're going to lose because they suck. You have to play a good team after a loss because if they need the game and they're a good team, they're going to win because they're a good team. But if you can't do it with a bad team. So it's got to be predicated to a very good team, normally a playoff team, especially a team like Golden State who won championships, Tampa Bay who's won championships, especially champions. They'll want, like Tampa Bay. Let's say Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the football starts off 0-2 and they get a must-win game against New Orleans. That's going to be a lot because they know how to win. They got Tom Brady, provided he's healthy, and they must win the game. Well, that's what you want, a team like Tampa Bay who's a champ after a loss. They must win. It's got to be a must-win. So a team like we did it with New England a few years back. They started off like 1-3, and the Dolphins were 3-1, and if they lost, they're 1-4, and they're basically 3 games out because they were playing Miami. They had them at home where they play them very good, and there you go. And they killed them. The spread was 7, and then they beat them by 30, and that's what we're looking for. But again, the key thing is it's got to be off a loss. And it's got to be a must-win back against the wall with a good team that knows how to win. Then it works. What else? So just food for thought there. Baseball, watch for streaks. Atlanta was on a 13-game winning streak. Look for teams who are playing bad. Look for teams that start hitting, and all of a sudden they're scoring 10 runs a game. Look for teams that, you got to watch these teams bringing up these new guys, like the Tigers keep bringing up these new pitchers. What do you do with them? So, again, like in Detroit, they won a couple of games against Texas with pitchers I could hit, right? These guys were terrible. And they're making a big deal. Oh, they're turning it around. And I'm saying to myself, they played garbage pitching. Wait till they play good pitching. And then Boston, I think won 3 straight against them. Because now you're playing good pitching. So they forget to tell you that part of it. stock market, gold, housing market. So what's happening in the economy? Well, keep in mind, and this is what I stress, the inflation is the deterioration, the valuation of the dollar. So it takes more dollars to buy something. And if you can understand that logic, that's why housing will go down because of interest rates, and the stock market will drop because of the companies obviously cannot, you really can't keep pace with that. In other words, I cannot, if my pen costs, if I sell this pen for $1.99 and all of a sudden my costs go to $2, can I sell the pen for $4? First of all, people don't have the extra money because you're paying more for gas and food, and you're not getting a raise. So if you make $1,000 a week, it's got to go to rent, gas, and food for your month. Well, I don't have extra money to buy a more expensive pen. I'm not going to buy it. That's what happens. So the pen company stock starts dropping because their earnings are down because they can't pass the price on. So keep that in mind. That's why the market will drop. Now, right now, it's being fixed, which is going to lead me to my next topic, which is this whole COMEX gold, silver price fixing. I was just listening to As Good as It Gets or Gold from the Vault or one of these. I think it's Gold from the Vault or something. Anyway, they were talking about it, that gold's fixed and silver's fixed. And I'm like, dudes, we got that, right? Teaser King's all over that. I'm telling everybody it's fixed. They don't want to talk about it, but JP Morgan's the one doing the fixing. We get that. We understand it. Stop talking about that it's fixed. We need to come out with the solution of how to defeat it. And my solution is it needs to be free market. Right now, it's not free market. Therefore, because it's fixed, what do you do? How do you, in other words, COMEX is a game played between banks selling paper, calling it silver. That's like me calling this gold. I'm selling gold. I'm selling silver. No, you're not. It's not real. Why people are stupid enough to believe it is another question. Now, we understand it's fixed. We understand it's way, way undervalued. And what do I tell you to buy gold and silver? Tomorrow, it's not going to be more, but we know it will be. We know it's worth a lot more. We know we're getting the Joe Montana rookie card. That's $100,000 for $5,000. We know we're getting the Tom Brady rookie card that I showed you last time. That's an $80,000 card, graded PSA 10, which it should. It was beautiful, for $5,000. Well, the market, excuse me. Hello. Why is my camera on? I don't know. Who's on my phone? I don't know. The market is I lost my. The market dictates that the Montana card's $100,000. That whatever these cards are 100,000 or 50,000. That's the market. That's the free market. The market is what I tell you it's worth by a buyer and a seller. So I'm the seller. I say, here's the pen, and you offer me $5. That's the free market, right? I put a price in. You say, I'll buy it for $5. That's a market. You go to those markets in Europe or just a Eastern market. That's the market. Somebody has something. They set a price. Somebody buys it. That's a free market. What's happening in gold and silvers are saying, well, I'm going to sell this. It's silver for $20. I don't even know who the market is. Who's buying it for $20? Right? I have no idea. This is the problem. So we don't know who's the buyer and who's the seller. And that's the problem. It's not a real market. It's a phony market. So therefore, you have to, that's what you have to look at. It's a phony market. So therefore, that's the problem. I've lost my train of thought because of a stupid fucking phone call. Anyway, so gold and silver are not set by a market right now. They are set by now I want to answer the phone. They are set by fake market, right? JP Morgan saying, hey, I'm going to sell this paper. Who the buyer is JP Morgan. I think they buy it and sell it to themselves, creating this illusion that silver's $21 and gold's $18.50 when it really isn't. Let me come right back to this. All right. Get your baseball. I'll be right back. www.teaserking.com. We'll talk about markets in 1 minute.